Oh hey, what's up guys? Oh hey, what's up guys?
Na 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 na. Hello, welcome in. It's 10 a.m. I have been going live, Gons. I have been going live at 10 a.m. for years now on Sundays. It's not my fault you're late to the game. It's not my fault you're late to the game. Good morning, everybody. Hello. The sun has been blaring me in the eyeballs for 3 hours now. Like, that's literally why I woke up this morning, because the sun was like, get the fuck out of bed, bitch, go. But that's okay. Good morning, everybody. Hello, Hugo, Kuya got first, Knack, Gons. Friends, how are you? How are you? You've been up since 4 dark 30. Hugo, what else is new? Have you ever woken up after 4:30? This is what I want to know. Have you ever slept past 4:30? Hugo, I need to know, because I feel like every single time that we talk, you're like awake at 4:30. Which, I mean, fine, because that means we get to hang out, because then you're up on my time zone. But I want to know for science. I don't think I've ever seen 4:30. I used to wake up at 4:30 every morning to work out. He is used to. I will probably start doing that again soon, because I just need to. I need activity in my life. Marching band isn't cutting it. Teaching marching band isn't cutting it. I need actual exercise in my life, right? Right? Not in like 15 years. It's just been 4:30 for 18 years or 15 years. Bro, I could not. No, thank you. Hard pass. I did add morning stretches to Finch, so that's been helping. Nice. See, I added nighttime stretches because I like stretching before I go to bed, because then I can be like all starfish in bed, you know? That's probably my favorite thing, is just starfishing, you know? I don't do it on purpose. My body just says so. I feel that. I have attempted to sleep in every single day this summer, okay? Like, even this week when we've been working on the house, Dad was like, we don't have to go over until like 8. So I was like, okay, my body normally wakes me up at like 6:30 anyway. 5 a.m. every day this summer. 5 a.m. I cannot do this. I cannot do this. So 5 a.m. rolls around. I look at my clock and I'm like, haha, that's cute. And then I go back to bed until like 6:30. But, you know, I used to be third base in marching band. Gons, I was fourth. I was fourth base. Let's go. I've never recovered. My back still hurts. My back still hurts. Like, every time my kids, I know, every time my kids are like, everything hurts, I'm like, suck it up, because I know. I literally feel your pain, but also stop standing weird, okay? Stop standing weird. Stand You know how to relieve the pressure from a bass drum? You stand like you're 9 months pregnant and your back hurts, right? Not backwards, but forwards. You brace your hands on your knees as best you can, and you just gulp down air like there's no tomorrow. That's how you relieve back pressure pain from a bass drum. There's no other way. If you're like this, you're just adding stress to the upper back instead of the lower back. Silly children. That's a no from you, dog. I feel that. I can go to bed at midnight and body says get up at... Yeah. No, I feel that because I went to sleep at 1. I finally fell asleep at 1, I should say. I stopped reading at midnight and I finally fell asleep at 1. And I think I woke up at 6:30 this morning. They need to go back to the mines where they belong. Exactly. I want to be active. I want to be healthy. I want to stream when I want. And I want to also have the perks of a full-time job without having to work full-time. Is that too much to ask? I don't think it is. I also want to have enough money to do whatever cosplays I want without hesitation. I think that's it. I think that's all the wants. I did get a haircut. I did get a haircut this week. So it's like surprisingly like bouncy. I had her add more layers and I'm obsessed. I love it. This is just washed last night and it just like, this is natural. So I'm A-okay with this. I did nothing to my hair. I slept on it. I slept on it. Thank you. Your hair has been so bouncy since this past haircut. I just lost the ability to speak. I know, and she didn't even really take off that much length. She just added a lot more layers, so I'm happy with it. Because I like having the perk of like curtain bangs without having to like do anything to them. Because, this is a humble brag, okay? Having the nice curly wavy bangs that don't like spiral curl necessarily, but still look good uncurled with a curling iron is a blessing. It is a blessing. I'm on a wait list for a cut and color. Please, marry a prince, if only. Thrall, welcome in, friend. How are you? How are you doing? So I've been collecting data for a research project, and it would mean a lot to get your answers on these questions. Shoot, Gons, shoot. I want to know. As long as they're family friendly. If they're not, DM me, I guess. But I'm sure they are. Just waking up, but I think I'm good. Hey, good for you. We were talking about like the inability to sleep in. So good for you on sleeping in. Pro tip, make your hubby learn to color your hair. Hugo, is this a hidden talent? Is dyeing hair? Why do cozy gamer girls require 3 different drinks at once? Today I only have 2. Usually I would have some sort of like fruity drink. So like a body armor or something like that. But today I have coffee and an abnormally large water. So the reasoning is, yeah, water and bubbler. Yeah, it's generally 2. But why can't they be 1? Why would you want watery coffee or a watery energy drink? That's gross. That's gross. For me, I like having a warm drink and a cold drink because warm keeps me warm and cool cools me off. I also have my fan remote here with me today because I was hot this morning when I woke up and I wasn't sure if I was going to cool off in time for stream. But also I just like the taste of coffee. Okay? Sue me. You have to have your cozy bevy And then you have to have your healthy bevy. Okay? That's all it is. There's an abnormally large amount of ice in this. It is mostly ice today. Hydration, energy, yummy. Exactly. Exactly. You know many things. Hugo can dye hair. Hugo, what color should I dye my hair? Because I'm thinking about actually adding some blonde highlights. I can't decide if it would look good or if it would just be like cringy 2000s. However, I make some tea with my brekkie. Ooh, tea sounds good. I made some tea the other day and I went like full English, like added a little bit of milk and I was like, this is delicious. And I read like 20 chapters that night and I really shouldn't have. Tea makes me want to read. It makes me cozy. It makes me comfy. I can't, you know, probably shouldn't. If I don't want to be up super late reading a book, don't make me tea. Hugo, I would trust you with my hair. I would also trust Hugo with my hair. You know better than to ask me what color you should dye your hair. Red. I used to have red hair. I also used to have purple hair back in the day. I used to do you guys remember the like Avril Lavigne style? And that's the best way that I can explain it. When like the girls would have like blonde on top and then like black on the bottom. You know what I'm talking about? I used to do that, but I would do like a reddish on top and like a mahogany, like, or like a chocolate brown, like a mahogany on top and then like chocolate brown or black on the bottom. Cause I was edgy. 3 edgy, 5 me. The scene girl look, yes, exactly. I used to do that. But in a weird way, because I wasn't sure I would ever look good as a blonde. And I didn't bleach my hair until COVID. I was 29, I think, by the time I bleached my hair, like for the first time. So I would only do like a base, you know, like something that would like take in my hair. My hair takes bleach really well. Like almost too well. And I think it's because I have virgin hair, because I don't do anything. Just a baby. One of the teas I bought has cinnamon horchata. Ooh, it's for stress and sleeps. It smells like fall holidays. See, I'm a chai girly. I love spiced teas. Spiced teas are the best. I had this phase and it didn't go well. I need to know. Kuya, are there photos? Kuya, are there photos? I need to know. Making me feel ancient here. Thrall, no. It's just hair. Age is nothing but a number. Your son turns 27. Well, I'm not 27 anymore. I used to be back in the day. I think I was 26 when I met Kubloob, and we've been together. What is today? 8 years and 19 days. Oh my gosh. I asked for Hayley Williams' haircut when I was young. Stop! So did I! I had the haircut, you know, the hang on, I have to find a photo. I have to find a photo. Do you know which one I'm talking about? I was friends. Why Hayley? What? You were friends with Hayley? You know Hayley Williams? Hang on. Hayley Williams. Okay. I have to find the haircut that I had. And I dyed my hair as well. I didn't quite do the like insane like red that she had, but I did do the haircut. Oh, he ran away. Okay, hang on. Was it from Misery Business? Misery Business hair. This one. Hang on. Okay. Oh, is it gonna do it? Oh no. Where am I? This one. This haircut. I had this haircut. I had this haircut. And it was dyed like a reddish color. My father kept that school picture in his wallet for like 20 years. It took him changing wallets. Hi, Arnold. Hi, Arnold. It took him changing wallets to finally get rid of it. Okay? It was forever. You tried to have the haircut? Oh, it didn't work. No amount of pomade would actually make my hair do that. And you guys see my hair. I wasn't willing to straighten it every day. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's a complicated story, but Newfound Glory is from Coral Springs, Florida. Newfound Glory is one of my favorite bands of all times. One of my favorite bands of all times. And I knew them growing up. We would hang out. Are you freaking kidding me? God! I'm gonna shit my pants. As such, I met up a oh my God, Gons! I thought me being 1 degree away from John Williams was cool. Okay, no. You know Newfound Glory. I went to the Vans Warped Tour when they were touring, and I watched a girl get her eyebrow ring ripped out in a mosh pit, like in their mosh pit. That was fun. That was fun. Gons, that's so freaking cool, dude. What the hecky Becky? Ugh. I didn't actually know you had curly hair and straightened it. Yeah, this is my natural hair. Like, this is straight out of the shower. Well, not straight out of the shower. This is straight out of the shower last night. And it was up in a ponytail all day or all night. Count that as a success on your part, right? Right? I didn't do it every day though. And it would, my hair relaxes enough to actually stay straight all day, or I just have a good straightener, probably a better straightener. But like when I would do it in high school, I had a $25 straightener that was like absolute crap. And I would straighten it and it would start curling in this way before I was done straightening. It was too much work. It's too much work. I couldn't do it. I told Chris Cabana from Dashboard Confessional that he made a mistake for leaving for the... Who are you? Gons. Who are you? Wait, Gons, you're going to TwitchCon, right? The scene was a weird time. The scene is a weird time. It's still going. Scene's not dead. Scene will never die. Not if we keep it alive. I've never tried a straightener. No way. No way. Yeah, but Thrall, your hair is so cute. Like, I love your curly hair, like, on top of your head. It's adorable. Currently the plan. Can we have, oh my God, can we have like a scene kids club meetup? That's really hard to say. Scene kids club meetup, please. Can we just have like if you went through a scene phase back in the day, let's go get dinner. I want to know who all shows up and what they look like now. And you have to bring photos. You have to bring photos. Yeah, I need evidence. I need evidence that actually, oh, I can't really show it. I can't get my camera up there. The picture that hangs on the wall right here, because this was not my bedroom. This was my dad's bedroom, and he switched so that I could actually have my desk because he's a saint. So we switched bedrooms. But this picture that hangs on the wall is from when I was like 14, I think. And I had the long fringe in the front, short spiky in the back haircut. That was before the Haley Williams haircut, of course. But it doesn't get better. My hair was tortured when I was young, and now I take care of it and I'm nice to it. But I literally, like, I tried to do so many stupid things with my hair, like, never good. But also, this is a new one, Hugo. Can everybody even hear the music? Oh gosh, I have had terrible haircuts as a youth and very picky now. Yes, yes. Oh, you can't? What the hecky? I wonder why it's so low. Oh, I know why it's low. Because I turned it down for me. Sorry. Let me turn it down. I'm sorry if that just got like super loud. Is that better for everybody? Up more. Okay. Better? I forgot that I had turned it down. Oh! Hi, Shetty. This is a combo. This is a combo. It was only slightly off. Interesting. Oh my God. Sorry, I just realized Voice Mod has an overlay for OBS now. Ah! Sorry. What? Oh my God. Oh, that's so nice because I can see what voice it is now. Oh. Sorry. Hi. Anyway. But yeah, my hair was not nice. But also, Shetty, welcome in. How you doing, friend? Welcome, welcome. I want to do something fun with my hair, though. I would love to dye my hair. I always wanted to dye my hair teal. Okay, for like 7 years of my life, there was a time frame where I just wanted to dye my hair teal. But I feel like I can't do that as an educator. And maybe I'm just an old school educator because now, like when I started teaching, I couldn't even have my nose ring. Like my principal, and maybe it was just my principal, I don't know. But I couldn't have my nose ring, okay? But now kids have dyed hair, piercings, tattoos, like we weren't allowed to have any of that. I remember when I got my lip ring in high school, they wouldn't let me wear it. Like I had to find a way to like have my lip ring in. I had to like get the clear one so that like they couldn't really see it. Like, but now kids are allowed to do whatever they want. And I feel old when I say this because maybe it was just unfair that I didn't get to do that with my hair and like my face and my body. I had to keep my tattoo hidden in high school. I like, granted, it's on my back, so it's not like people are really gonna see it anyway. But like, that's just wild to me that like teachers now have piercing, like facial piercings and like visible tattoos. I can't say anything. Like visible tattoos and it's not a problem. Like I basically had to wear long sleeves every day because of my tattoos because my principal didn't like that they were visible when I first started teaching. Like, okay, thanks. Yeah, I know, I can't. Just popping in to say hello. Just finished an early shift. I'm shattered. Absolutely. Go to bed. Go to bed. Teachers can have their hair color of the rainbow and call them whatever they want. Now they can, and I just think that's weird. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like it. Gosh darn it all. I was looking for a pic of me with really long hair. Ooh, I want to see Thrall with long hair. Gorgeous. See, you have Thrall. You have the hair I always dreamed of. Like, okay, y'all know, do y'all remember Lord? Do y'all remember Lord? Okay, I'll show everybody. If you all remember Lord, like she has like the most gorgeous, bouncy, like full curly hair. That is what I thrived for back in the day. And it just didn't. It just didn't. This is Thrall. This is Thrall with the most gorgeous locks I've ever seen in my life. Ever. Like, m'excuse me? M'excuse me? You mean Stan Marsh? No. It's not just weird, it's wrong. It is wrong. I know. Like, this is gorgeous. Everything about this photo. I am obsessed. Can I be you, please? Can I be you? Dreams, right? Goals, hair goals, hair goals. I do this every time, like literally every time. I will grow my hair out to where I can sit on it, and then I get like super sick of it being that long. And then I'm like, cut it all off, and then I'll get it cut to like here. But I usually donate it when I do that. There's probably a lot of wigs made of my hair floating around. I've donated my hair a lot. That's a weird thought. But I don't care. You were 18 in that photo. That's so wild. I love it though. Best unplanned photo of me ever taken. Hey, go for it. I don't think I've ever had an unplanned photo that I liked, or a planned photo that I liked. Period. There are some photos of me that I'm like, oh, that's adorable. Like, I'm adorable. Thank you so much. Also, this is a dimple. When did I develop a dimple? What's happening? That means we can legally boop your snoot now? Mine? You can boop my snoot because I have a dimple? Boop? Why do you boop snoot? No! Stop the booping! My friend was like, hold still and pose. And that happened. If you look closely, you can see my alcoholic drink on the table behind me. Ooh. Listen, we were all young once, okay? We were all young once. It's okay. It's okay. At least you were like close to the legal drinking age. It's fine. I drank more before the age of 21 than after. Felt. I mean, no. I will say this until the day that I die because I think it's the funniest thing. I learned how to drink. I drank before I moved to Germany, but I learned how to drink while living in Germany. Granted, I was 23 when I moved to Germany, okay? But I learned how to drink in Germany, and I don't know if I've told this story before or not, and please don't kill me for telling it, but I'm gonna tell it anyway. While I was living in Germany, my mom came over to visit me, and we did like a little tour of Germany. We went over to the UK and went to Ireland, England, and Scotland, right? The night before she got there, I was with my host parents. I was an au pair, and I was with my host parents, and we were having a drink out on the terrace, and we had a lot. We finished off the absinthe. We each had like 2 liters of beer and a bottle of Prosecco each, okay? It was a lot. I had to pick up my mom at 6 a.m. I had to leave to pick up my mom at 6 a.m. the next morning, right? So I go to bed. Schloshed, okay? And I wake up still drunk. But I have to go pick up my mom. So I guzzle all of the water that I can before I leave. I drive on the Autobahn to the airport to go pick up my mother. My mother is in the airport freaking out because she can't read signs. And I'm like, Mom, look below, they're all in English. So she keeps calling me and she's just like freaking out. She's like, well, I'm in Terminal A, I think. And I'm like, does it say A or does it say B? And she's like, it says A. I'm like, okay, I'll come to Terminal A. So I get to Terminal A and she calls me again. She goes, where are you? I'm in Terminal B. And I said, Mom, I'm in Terminal A. She goes, but you were in B. And I said, huh? I said, stay where you are and I will come get you. She didn't. So, yeah, I chased the woman around the airport, half buzzed at that point. It was a fun time. It was a fun time. And then I finally told her because she was like, why are you acting like this? And I was like, Mother, I am still drunk from last night. And she goes, and you're gonna drive us home? And I was like, yup. So I got some breakfast at the airport and some water, and then I drove us back home. Youth! I could not do that again if I wanted to. I wouldn't do that again if I wanted to. But it was an interesting time, for sure. That may be because I found out I was pregnant 2 weeks before my 21st birthday. Holy nuggets, Batman. Absinthe is no joke, bro. Would not recommend. It's bitter and like, okay, first off, there was no translation that they could find for what I was drinking, right? I didn't know that it was absinthe until like I moved back to America and had absinthe. And I was like, oh my God, I've had this before. They called it Berna, which is pear. And so I was like, oh, okay, it's like some sort of like pear schnapps or something. No, it was absinthe. It was fully absinthe. So there's that. I spy Arnold. I know. He's zonked. He is zonked. Erica, welcome in. Oh! That one, bro. That's rough, buddy. That's rough, buddy. Tequila is delicious. I will straight tequila. How many of you guys, I love that this conversation has turned in, what this conversation has turned into. How many of you guys, raise of hand, do lime and salt with your tequila? Raise of hand, lime and salt with your tequila. Kuya, I need to add you. I need to add you to the dice goblins. I keep forgetting. Okay. No tequila. Straight tequila for me. Straight tequila for me. There's a song called Absinthe Party at the Fly Honey Warehouse. Oh my God. By a band called Minus the Bear. Intrigue. Intrigue. I have not heard that one. I will admit. I have not heard that. Okay, y'all. We've been talking for like 40 minutes. I am not super in the mood to play games today, but I do want to talk about my house. If I open The Sims, it will be to build my house, but I don't want to do that. So we do have lurk bait fishing turned on today. But I want to talk about my house and I want to show you guys some photos if you're not in the Discord, which I think most of you are. But I am so excited. So we finished the bathroom and the living room. Okay, so Barracuda. So up until well, this week, honestly, this is what my living room looked like. This is what my living room looked like up until this week. It's kind of wild to look at it now because this looks really small. Like, you can see the doorway. Like, this is the doorway that I was standing in. And it looks small, right? Like, we got the ceiling done. Still kind of looks small. I don't have a small living room. It's 12 by 17 feet. 12 foot by 17. We framed out the doors. They're gorgeous and I love it. So the story behind the ceiling, the story behind the ceiling is the fact that it was like the tiny ceiling tiles, and rather than painting all of those, because there were like holes, there were big gashes in them, there were a bunch of like water stains, it looked like, but there was no like water damage in the attic. So I was like, I don't know where this is coming from. Like, did someone just like throw water on the ceiling? I don't know. So they just looked gross, and I was like, I really just want to cover these up. We didn't want to do drywall. So this is actually plywood. The white is a very thin plywood that we went and nailed to the ceiling because the floors of my attic are actually all walkable. It's not just beams that go across. Like, it is actually like 2 layers of plywood, and then they have like wood on top of that. Like, it's actually really sturdy. So we were able to nail in the plywood, but plywood comes in 4x8 sheets. So we had to cover up the like nail holes and seams of the plywood. So we have a little fancy ceiling in our in our living room. I am obsessed with it. But the funniest part is, okay, so this is the opposite side. This is the continuation of the house. Please ignore everything about the rest of the house other than the living room because it looks so bad. So the only level things in my house are these on the wall. Like, these lines, the divides, are the only thing that's level. Because the floors are not. So we had to go around every room that we had to like cut up and stuff. We had to go around every room and like take a level and a pencil and draw these lines so that it would be even. It's been torture. It's been torture. But if you look at this, like, you can tell that it gets smaller, but it's not as bad with the trim on as it was off. Like, it was almost more blatantly obvious before this gap was closed that, like, it was so bad. It was so bad. And then we framed this window out. I'm still debating. So this is like where our couch is gonna go. And there's a little playground. This is where our couch is gonna go. So I'm not super concerned about this window, but like, this bothers me because it jets out. Like, this is the old window frame and it kind of like sticks out from the new trim and stuff. This is the most realistic mod I've ever seen in The Sims 4. I wish. I may have to do some like CC hunting to see if I can find this, like, the walls and stuff that I've put in my house. Okay, that's it for that. We did do built-in bookshelves. Because when you have a picture window, like when you have a gigantic window, why would you not do built-in bookshelves on either side? I was really worried that they weren't gonna, like, that my door wasn't gonna be able to open all the way, but it does, and some. And so that thrilled me to no extent, because this is the door I'm gonna have to bring my refrigerator through, right? Like, this is the front of the house, but this is the door I'm gonna have to bring my refrigerator in through, and my refrigerator goes like through 2 rooms after that to get to the kitchen. But here's the built-ins. I am absolutely freaking obsessed with them. They, even though they're literally like massive, they make the room feel bigger, and it's kind of wild. So the goal as of now is that these bottom ones, the bigger ones on the shelves, are going to be for board games, because Kublub and I love our board games. And then these are going to be for records, and we're going to have a little, I'm probably going to make a cushion to put here for people to sit on. And then we'll have the record player somewhere over here. But I'm very excited. I'm very excited for this. But it's sturdy AF. It will not bow. It is there. But I also, like, we had to leave space here so that we could get access to this outlet and also the air vent. So we couldn't cover it up. So it kind of looks odd just because it's not even, because nothing in this house is even. Why would you have a perfectly good picture window and not level this to be in the center of the room? Why? I don't know. Because 1948. 1948. So I've mentioned you have to mention your current project. My hubby loves Hobbit homes. Ooh. So I'm building a detailed base for him for my friends. Oh, that's awesome, Thrall. I love that. I love that so much. You'll have to send pictures. You'll have to show pictures. But yeah, so this is from the doorway now. Like, I feel like the room looks so much bigger, and maybe it's like a forced perspective thing with like the wood and like everything else, but it's completely done. It's completely trimmed out. Like, I am absolutely obsessed with this room, and I can't wait to move in. But yeah, it just seems so much bigger now, and I love it. I am so obsessed with this living room now. It makes me so happy. There's nothing in Florida south of St. Augustine that's older than this house. Isn't that neat? Wait, there's nothing in Florida south of St. Augustine that is older than this house. My house is older than South Florida? What? Did I read that right? Is my dyslexia showing? There is nothing in Florida. The oldest structure there is from the 70s? That's wild. I didn't know that. I would love to have a 1970s home. Like, listen. Oh, here's my stain fingers. They still exist. I still have stain fingers. My fingers still look like I've played in the dirt and haven't cleaned it out, but I can't get it to go away. This is what my living room looked like when I bought the house. This is what my living room looked like when I bought this house. See the ceiling tiles? Like, they were all brown and like falling down. Yeah. We actually kept a majority of this wood that we could. Like, any part that like didn't break, we kept. And we are going to repurpose on our bedroom wall probably as an accent wall, just for funsies. Just for funsies. But we're either gonna put it in the den or our bedroom. So we currently have a garage, but we are turning the garage into a den. Because our driveway isn't really big enough for someone to actually utilize the garage. So it's just one of those things we would, you know. But this was the original picture window. The entire center of it is broken, right? So we couldn't salvage the window, which makes me really sad, which is also why it's super dark and why they have a really heavy curtain there, because it was just they just put plywood over it. They just put plywood over it on the outside of the house. So it also had like a giant crack in it, so bugs and wind could get through. I could not imagine having to deal with that electric bill. But yeah. So that's why that was like that. But yeah, just a little transformation. Like, is that not wild? I hadn't looked at the photo of like the living room when we bought the house in a really long time, and somebody asked me for a before picture, and I am shook. Like, it's just absolutely mine. Yeah, shooketh. I am shooketh. It's just so, like, the same point of view and everything, and it's night and day. Literally, night and day. I still can't. I still can't. But also, we're gonna watch a little video. Oh no, make it big. Okay, so this was the bathroom when we first moved into the house. It was disgusting. The video that I am taking right now, like, I don't know if you can see the like brown stain on the wall right here. The wall was blue, but it was mostly dirt. I am not judging the people who lived here by any means, because half of everything is your landlord's fault, okay, when you're a renter. But wash your walls. Wash your walls. Okay? Steffi! Welcome in. Ooh, a 5. That's rough, buddy. That's rough, buddy. So the tub is original. The bathtub here, original. Steffi, how are you, friend? Welcome, welcome. The bathtub, the shower, all of this junk, not original. But the bathtub is, and it makes me very happy. Salutations! But I just want to watch this again because I found this video and I was like, wow, okay. Like, it's still so surprising to me. The door is original. The door is original to the house. I can't. This is the bathroom now. This is the bathroom as of yesterday when we left the house. If you can't tell, I'm going for a carpenter style home in a ranch style house. Literally. So the sink and the toilet are the original sink and toilet from the house. The toilet was in the outbuilding that we're gonna tear down. And I didn't realize it when we bought the house that it was there because that bathroom door was closed. And I didn't look in it because I didn't want to. I didn't want to be in that building longer than I had to be. I bought the house with the intentions of not caring what was in that building. That building was coming down in my mind no matter what. So, poop and pee colors, perfect. Exactly, exactly. Number 1, number 2. Originally, this was going to be this color, and then it was going to be white up top. But I just love yellow, and I've always wanted a yellow bathroom. I don't know why. I just love yellow bathrooms. They're so bright and like fun, and I love them. So this is the bathroom now. We still have to, oh wait, can I show you? We still have to finish the trim up top for the shower and put the shower curtain on, but in all good time. It'll probably happen tomorrow. We'll probably finish the bathroom fully tomorrow, but as of right now, we have running water, we have a working shower, and we have a toilet to poop in. Although, I was talking to Kuya last night about this. So this toilet is old, 77 years perhaps. I don't know if it's a newer like version of a toilet that was originally in there. I don't know. But this toilet is so old that the water doesn't completely recess like when you flush, it just swirls, right? It swirls and it does take it down. It does flush the water, but the water doesn't completely like go down and then fill back up. Nah, it doesn't ever leave the bowl. There is always water. And that scared me. That scared me. When we first flushed it, I was like, I'm afraid to poop in this toilet. Like, what happens? What happens if you have a bad poop? Does it stay there? Do you have to like dig it out and throw it away? Like, what happens? What happens? So I am not going to be the one to test this toilet. Someone else is going to test this toilet to make sure that it goes down. Not me. I don't want to be that person. Oh my gosh. How did my brain not put it together until you said that? Listen, it's not poop and pee colors, okay? It's just yellow and brown. Don't make fun of my bathroom. It's gorgeous. Don't make fun of my gorgeous bathroom. Stop bullying me. Stop bullying me. No one will get confused about where they're supposed to do it either. I can't repaint this bathroom. The trim is on. It's not getting repainted. I'm not taking this trim off to repaint. Stop bullying me. My bathroom is beautiful. It stays and becomes a poop pet. Poop pet. It's a poop pet. Oh, who's this? It's my pet poop. I'll drive over and test it for you. Bet. You know I would love that. I mean, not you pooping in my bathroom, but you coming to visit me. Poopy doo-doo! I do need to get a new, a toilet paper holder that's gold so that it matches. Because my light fixture and my sink fixtures are gold, and I don't want silver. I'm not suggesting you change it, lol. I'm just glad no one will have to use ChatGPT to figure out what to do that. I'm crying. ChatGPT, is this where I poop? Is this where I poop? We need matching swatches. IRL. Please. Please. This is called Autumn. Hang on. I use it as a book. Autumn Leaves, I think is what it's called. I use my paint swatches as bookmarks. The white in the this is called Balance. I don't know why. I don't know why, don't ask. I really don't know. But then my shower, please ignore all of the grout still in the bottom of the shower. I have to clean that before we finish the caulk and everything. Also, stain fingers. Look at this. My stain fingers are in the shower. Is this the poopy doo-doo place, ChatGPT? But getting these in there also sucked. Just saying. Just saying. We had to go to Lowe's so many times. But y'all, I am so happy with the progress that we made. It's kind of wild. Like, Dad took off Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from work, so we have been working for 4 days straight to finish the living room and everything else. When we got there Wednesday, this is what the living room looked like, okay? When we got there on Wednesday. When we left on Wednesday, we had the ceiling done, the trim around the doors, and this bookshelf built. Right? And then by Thursday is when we finished it completely, and we're left with this. So that was 2 days. to get all of this trim up, stained, building bookshelves, getting all of this done, like 2 days. And this was before lunch. This was before lunch on Thursday. So the fact that like we finished all of that in, I think 12 hours technically, about 12 hours. This is my living room, Steffi. See, no poop. No poop, no pee. No pee pee, no poo poo. No poo poo, no poopy, no doo doo. Dude, you should be so proud. You made so much, you've put so much into this. I know. The best part about this week is that we got the AC up and running. We got air conditioning at the house, which made this so much better, by the way. Like, the fact that we were able to, like, work inside and not just absolutely sweat our butts off. Like, I didn't have to stand out in the yard and stain. I got to stain in the house and get high on the fumes. You know? Like, win-win. But just taking it from this to, like, oh my gosh. Like, insane to me. And then for those of you who don't, like, also taking the bathroom from this, it was this. So this is what the bathroom looked like at the beginning of the week. We had no toilet, we had no sink, we had no, like, light fixtures or molding or trim or anything. And, like, this was also only one coat of the brown. It did take a second coat to make it look brown instead of burnt orange. Which was probably the most terrifying part to me because I put that first layer of brown on and I thought I was gonna cry. I was like, this isn't brown! This is orange! It looked so bad to me. I hated it so much. And I will say, if you look at the floors, like, this is the best photo I can find for this, but again, there's not a single square wall in my house, period. Which made doing this kind of tile work horrible because we cut this line of tile to be the same length so that all of these would match, right? Horrible idea because the floor isn't level. It dips on this side and it goes down as the, like as you go from the outer wall to the hallway. So we had a bunch of like the larger cracks between some of the tile. It does look a lot better with the grout and everything, like in, which helps a lot, but it's still not the dip in the doo-doo room. It's actually a dip through the entire house. It's a dip through the entire house. My kitchen still looks like this. My kitchen still looks like this. It makes me sad. These cabinets, the upper cabinets, are original, so we're having to like build the room around them, which is a little torturous. I won't lie. It's really hard. We have to add a 2x4 right here running alongside them so that we can, when we put the drywall in, we can actually attach it. And if you look here on the side, there is, I don't know if y'all can see it or if my head's in the way. My head's in the way. You can kind of see it up here. This is the old masonite that used to be on the walls before drywall, apparently. It's fun because you can see the original wallpaper that used to be there. But yeah, my very dirty windows, gorgeous. This is not water damage. I'm just kidding. It's old water damage. It is not new water damage. But yeah, it is the only window in the kitchen and it's adorable and I love it. It's actually really bright because it takes up like almost the entire wall. Like there's another cabinet over here that's like this. Like this kitchen is not big. It is not a big area. But So the goal is to put the sink under the mirror, under the window, not the mirror. And then just have cabinets the rest of the way. And then this wall, the fridge will be here. There'll be a small cabinet and then the stove. And then I'm going to have a pegboard wall so that I can hang all of my pots and pans on it. And I'm so excited about it because I've always wanted one just like Julia Child. Just like Julia Child. I want it. I want it. But yeah, like, I think... Sorry. I think I have... Here's the office as of right now. It still looks like this. Right? Julia Child. Love it. It still looks like this, except there's a bunch of stuff for stain. So I have to go to the store at some point in time this week and get more 1x4s to paint so that we can put them up as trim and everything. And yes, I will be putting corner pieces in here. That's why that's not painted. Okay, please don't judge me on this non-painted stuff. But this is where my desk will live. So our goal, let me tell you, our goal as of right now. So I'm standing not necessarily in the doorway. I'm definitely in the room because it's bigger than this, but this is, I love this color. It's a blue-green and it's gorgeous and I love it. Kublub and I picked it out together and it was an instant like, yes. No pooping in here. None. Zero poop. None poop. We will have the same stained trim going around the walls and the floors. The rest of the trim and stuff will be this color. So it's been color drenched. The ceiling matches. Everything matches. I think I am going to stain the bookshelves, though, instead of painting them. But I can't decide. I can't decide. But we're going to have a really long desk. It's going to be like 11 feet. Because it's going to go wall to wall. And then we're going to split my desk in half so that we can both have L-shaped desks. So my desk will go to roughly, I think, like this area of the window. And then, like, back in this area will be the bookshelves. I, like, scrolling back through here and seeing the progress that I've made. Like, this was the beginning of May, which is still kind of wild that, like, we've done all of this in just a couple of months. Welcome back from the ad break, everybody. Welcome back from the ad break. Like, here's a better picture of, like, what we did to the ceiling before. Like, you can see the splits in the plywood and everything that we had to cover up. It looks really funny. It's so wild to me that the bookshelves have opened up the room and made it feel bigger. Also, the tree is gone, which it still makes me sad that the tree is gone. Here we go. This was my house when I first bought it. I can't. I'm dead. My lovely firefly hanging lamp in the barn. Come through to the pathway above. Wait, what? Huh? But this is the plywood that was covering the window because the window didn't really exist. The house pretty much still looks like this, except I have new fascia board and gutters. It pretty much still looks like this on the outside. And no tree. See, like, I have new fascia board. It's gorgeous and I love it. It's so clean looking and it makes the house look so much better. We are still in the process of working on siding and stuff because it's just going to be a big cost. But this is the original window that was there. So this gigantic picture window, which I thought about getting refitted, but there's so much, like, water damage on the window down here that, like, I don't know that there was any saving it. But all of these panes are still fine and not broken. So what we did was we actually chopped off here and just took out these middle pieces, and I still have these windows. And don't tell my dad, because I think he might kill me if I try to do this. But I'm gonna see, because this is the living, or this is the kitchen. I'm gonna see if they fit up here, and if they do, I might try to fit them in here and like just lower the doorway a little bit so that it makes it kind of like a transom window. But I have this door, and then the door over the archway over here for the dining room that I might try to do that in. So, because he was talking about using them for, which I don't mind the idea, I just don't know where I would put them, as like just using for like dry erase boards, or like you can paint over it to be like chalkboard paint or something like that. But I don't know where I would hang it. Hi, Kuya fam. Hi, Kuya fam. Hi, Mama Kuya. You sent a picture. Okay. But yeah, so I don't know. I would love for it to fit. I don't necessarily want to frame in. Make sure you get all the tall stuff in first. Yeah. But I don't know about, I don't know. So if it works, that would be wonderful. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I have windows to do something with later. But as of right now, that's what I would really love to do. And then I'll still have to treat them and like get them looking good again before I do that. But I feel like that would be a really cute thing to do. I just don't know if it'll work because, again, the house isn't level. So I don't know if it would actually like fit up there or not. But yeah, we haven't started the kitchen yet, so I'm hoping that it'll be easy to do. And we shouldn't actually have to lower it that much, because I want to say this is only maybe 8 to 9 inches. And above the door, if I can find it again. I lost the door. Above the door is roughly the same amount of space. So even if we did lower it, this is also massive. Like, it's super tall. We wouldn't have to lower it that much to get it to work. So I don't know. We'll see. I have to talk to him about it and see if it'll work. It may not, because it may not be long enough to like go above the door and like look okay, right? But it would be all the way up to the ceiling. I just don't know how we would outfit it to fit. That's the only bad thing. But honestly, I mean, this house project has been insane. Like, putting in the drywall, doing the kitchen. This is the video. Okay, hang on. This is a walkthrough from the kitchen through the old portion of the house. So this is all of the original portion of the house. This was before we really started like ripping down walls and doing a lot of work. When was this video? This was in March. So I mean, we would have done some work, but like not a majority of it. A majority of it has just happened recently. I'm gonna turn the volume down. But like all the bathroom and everything was still there. The only thing I really had done was painting above the doors or above the walls. That we have to close in. We have to finish closing in. Yeah, poopy bathroom. And now it is a poopy bathroom. The hallway clearly still looks the same. Here is a portion of the office before the beadboard got put in. That's Kubloob and my dad taking down the walls. But it's kind of wild to think back on just everything. 'Cause even like the kitchen and the dining room. Like, yes, this room and the hallway pretty much still look exactly the same, but we have the beadboard up in here. It just needs to be painted. We've closed in the closet. I know, it is a really good layout. Like, it's actually really nice. And there is actually a whole other hallway, bedroom, and bathroom, and the garage on the other side. This is just the original portion of the house, not including the add-on. So, like, all of this wood and stuff had to come down before we put the drywall up, which was really annoying. I didn't want to play it again. It was really annoying to have to deal with that. But, like, again, even though we haven't done a whole lot to the outside, we do still have to do, like, all of the trim and everything. We have to get it secured because weather is weather. But, like, it looks like a crack house. It looks a little like a crack house. But, like, getting the new gutters was the first, like, big project that we did. And I think that was back in, like, February or March. I don't really remember. Weather do be weathering, especially recently. But, like, there are holes in, like, you can see a gap right there on both sides. And you can see through that. Like, from the inside, you can see the outside. So we have to get it weatherproofed before the siding is done anyway. But I'm also really glad that we took this tree down when we did, because a storm came through. I think it was. Hey, what's up, guys? I don't really remember. Warm, welcome in. Hello. 17, nice. How you doing, Warm? A storm came through a few days ago and knocked down so many trees all over the county. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, you can see the branches in this one just like absolutely dying, right? So, I mean, there's dead branches like hanging everywhere. You'll take a 17? Absolutely. So like just being able to get that tree down, because this entire like portion of the tree was dead. Like that whole center portion of the tree was dead, and it was getting scary. So I'm very glad that we got that down when we did. It is my house. I'm going over pictures and stuff because I just wanted to fill you guys in on it. Oh my God, I forgot about that debacle. So this is the green I have currently. This is the green that they gave me at first. This is the actual green that I asked for. They were like, maybe it's the yellow light that you have. Like, it's a yellow lighting. And I'm like, bro, there's no light on right now. This is outside light. This is the sun. This is the sun. It's not, no, this is poop green, okay? This is baby poop green. It was so bad. And that was 2 layers of paint. And it was still that bright. I was like, I'm not living with that. You have a tree like that. Lost a big branch yesterday. Ooh. We had ants out the wazoo living in our house. Or in our tree, not our house. But no thanks. No thanks. It's baby poop green. You can't tell me I'm wrong. I know I'm not. I know I'm not. But I still can't. Like, going from this, right? Like, this was my living room. And, like, yeah, that's progress. But, like, also, I don't know if I'm going to do the wallpaper or not. I still can't decide. If I want to do it or not. Where's my living room? I was like, I just had it. There we go. Going from this to this. I do still have to clean out this room. It is cleaner than this photo. This was literally just the end of the day, and we were, like right before lunch, and we were like, we don't want to clean right now. Not really feeling it. Not really feeling the cleaning process. But it is a lot cleaner now than it was when we first started. But I just... You like both rooms? This one too? Kubla wanted to keep this, and I was okay with that. We were gonna sand the floor and stain it either way, but we were going to keep this originally. When we decided to redo all of the electric is when we realized that we would have to rip out all of it unless we wanted to just like, I don't know, because we didn't know how it went in. If it went up through the ceiling, we wouldn't have had to have like ripped it all out. But because it went through the floor, we had to, because there was no telling like what was connected to what. It is a really good thing that we took out these walls and redid the electric, because all of these outlets, so there's 2 outlets over here, one, and then there was one more on this wall, right? So that's 5 outlets in this one room that were also on a home run to the office. So generally you have 1 room, 1 home run, 5 outlets at most, right? And like maybe a light switch, because otherwise you can trip the breaker, like anytime that you try to do anything. This entire house was a fire hazard. This outlet over here on this wall had already caught fire. The breaker box had already caught fire, and there were like 7 junction boxes under the house that we didn't know what they did. They still exist, but they're not hooked up to anything. And it's just been insane. I don't think electricians had anything to do with this house. I think it got a good old dose of landlord special. But, you know. Twitch is pissed off at me for having my VPN on to bypass pre-roll ads. It keeps pausing stream and getting rid of the play button. Oh, that's weird. You hate contractors? I don't think contractors existed in this house. Hang on. Let me see if I can find a picture. Where's my kitchen? I know there's a photo of the kitchen in here. I sent it the other day. Poopy. No. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I have a different picture of the kitchen. Hold. I know I have one. Where is it? Whoop. No. Dang it, man. Okay, here it is. Hang on. Let me put this in the Discord so that we can look at it. Because let me tell you, this was a terrifying sight to see. In any room, period. But it was exceptionally horrible to see on an outer wall, okay? All right, so ignore all of the blown in insulation. We're gonna look at this real quick, okay? This right here. This right here, I don't know if you can see it, I can't zoom in anymore, but this little thing right here is a mostly sawn through 2x4, okay? And it's cracked through the rest of it. There's another one right here, okay? They put another 2x4 to it to keep it together, but not up here. So if this ever cracks, my house is coming down. This is an original foundational wall, right? Structural wall. There's also a big old thing cut out here and a big old thing cut out here. So this is basically a 1x4 and a 1x4 holding up my house. There's also like, what is this? What is this? What is that? What is that? There's so much bad. There's so much bad. After watching all the HGTV horror house stories where they got scammed and screwed by contractors. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. A sim community buddy is a PM for a construction company, and I send her shorts all the time about yes. But yeah, like this is the thing that irks me the most about my house right now, because this is the other side of my kitchen, as you can tell. This is the old pantry. We currently use it as the tool closet. This is our supply closet. It will be closed in, and that's where my pegboard wall will go, right? So this will go away, right? This is gonna go away because why? But we're moving the doorway over to here. So it'll start about right here, I believe, and then go 36 inches this way so that the doorway is in the middle of the kitchen rather than on the side, so that I can actually have like space over here. And I'm gonna put my butcher's block right here on the other side of the stove. So, but like, why? Why is this a thing? You're closing the pantry off completely. Yes, because this wall right here is the closet. So it's the current closet for the master bedroom. The master bedroom is back behind this corner. We're going to put a doorway here and close in the other doorway so that this becomes our bigger, better pantry. So it will have a door there so that we still have a pantry, but it's also going to be a bigger walk-in pantry because I have a lot of cooking stuff that I'm gonna need to put somewhere. So that's why. But yeah, so we're closing off this like tiny closet pantry so that we can actually have like a nice big walk-in pantry. And then when we close in the garage here, this is gonna become the den, and we're pushing the wall in a little bit on this side of the garage so that we can put the laundry room and our closet in there. So, but yeah, so that's where our closet and laundry and everything will be, is basically in the garage, but not really. It'll be attached to our bedroom. Who needs contractors? Exactly. Yeah, you can be, what? You can't be too close to the walls when you're walking out the kitchen. No, yeah, yeah, you can't touch this door frame. You can't touch this door frame. Put a time capsule in there for whoever renovates. So I thought about that, but this is the continuation of a closet for the guest bedroom. Like, it's walled off on this side, but barely. So I had actually thought about putting a built-in, like an actual, like carved into the wall built-in bookshelf. So I don't know if I'll do that or not, or if it'll be like a down the road kind of thing. But I may actually cut into this and put a built-in bookshelf, just like into the wall. Haven't decided yet. I want to get furniture in and then I'll decide if I want that. And then like maybe 3 years from now, I'll add it in. Because in 3 years, if I decide that I can live without it, then it doesn't need to be there and it's just gonna exist as it is. But yeah, so our countertops will only come to here because the doorway will be shifted over this way. So I'm very excited about it. I mean, I could still put something in there. Listen, there's a lot of weird hidey holes in this build where I could put random junk. Okay? Trust me. There's a lot of spaces and things. Like, this is where the original breaker box used to be. And I only know that because holes cut in randomly to the side. But then there's also like holes up here where it was mounted. And like a gigantic wire. I don't know if y'all can see this like giant wire sticking out right here. It's like so much insulation. I couldn't breathe for like a week after cleaning up all of this insulation. Just FYI. Put $100 cash for yourself and surprise yourself later on. Yes. If only I had $100. Just put like a bunch of fives around. It'll add up. It'll add up. Only fines like $90. You're still missing 10 and you're like, no! I only know because holes. Honestly. But yeah, I'm excited to get started on this. This room will be the last project, which is actually really funny because I have friends coming to visit. And the original plan was that when they came in about 2 weeks, I was going to be in the house, right? That didn't happen. I'm not living in the house, as you can tell. This is not my house. Although that is it's blue. That wall is blue. But it's not the green blue. But we're gonna stay at the house, right? At this house. We're staying at this house. At this house. Oh no, we are. We are staying at this house with no kitchen. I have a fully functional bathroom, so we're fine there. I have air conditioning, so we're fine. So I really just have to vacuum everything really good so that, I don't know, we're fine. And then we're all just gonna stay on air mattresses. We're all just gonna sleep on air mattresses around the house because by the time they get here in 2 weeks, I should be able to have the guest bedroom and the office finished. I still, listen, y'all, Boro put this in the Discord. I still would love to do something like this. Maybe I should do that in the pantry. Like the old pantry. I don't necessarily want to leave something there because if I do, it like, I don't know, it could get like ruined if I cut into the wall, you know? Right? So funny. So funny. But where am I? So the office, here we go. The office should be done because all I really have to do is the trim and it's done, right? I won't have the floors polyed by then. Polyurethane is not going to happen. I will maybe, hopefully, have them sanded by then completely so that when the time comes for polyurethane, it's ready, but I don't know as of right now. That room's old news. It's done. This is, okay, so this right here, this pink portion is where the pantry is, right on the other side. The other side of that is the pantry. This is all closet. This we framed in and we have a door. This room does not have a door, like into the bedroom. It's currently just an archway. I have another door exactly like this that we are putting there, but it doesn't exist yet. So the only rooms that currently have doors in my house up are the master bathroom, the master bedroom, and the office. Because we had to take the bathroom door off. But I think Monday, once we finish everything in there, we can probably put it back on and be okay. But yeah, like this is all covered with beadboard now, but we still have to get this framed in. And then the door, do I have a picture of the doorway? Oh no, do I not? The random doorway that's not supposed to exist that I'm still curious as to why it ever did. Oh my gosh. It's a time capsule. Y'all, this process was awful. Let me tell you, okay? It's all paneling, right? So I went in and I put caulk into every divot. And then when that dried, I went over it with mud, like drywall mud, right? And then we sanded it down to make it even so that I had walls that Well, ignore this one. This is the office. It was a trial. It was a trial run. I did much better on the other rooms. Enjoy your lurk, Steffi. Yes, go beast mode. Do it. Where is the picture of... Oh, wow, okay. I must really hate that doorway. I must really, really hate that doorway. I know it exists. Wait, where's the video that I showed earlier? I know it's in there. I can find it. No, the paneling is still up. I'm not there yet. Hang on. Wait for it. Where is the video? No idea. No idea. Okay, I know it's in a photo, at least. Waiting for this moment to arrive. There. Okay, so this doorway, I can find it. So this is the guest bedroom, right? The doorless bedroom. There was a random doorway open into the master bedroom, right? So like this through here is the master bedroom. Why? Why did that exist? Right? So like, why was there just a random doorway into the bedroom? It's weird. I don't know. So we do have to finish closing that up, but I don't think finishing this room and the office will take this week, honestly. I don't think they'll take that long. I'm hoping they don't take that long. But I am honestly, I'm thrilled with where we are right now. I love this song. My mom wants my brothers to play it at her funeral. I love that. It's a great song. It's a great song. Thank you, Paul McCartney. But this house has been killer, and I am exhausted from this week alone. I'm also just thrilled that we got as much done as we did. Like, it's easy to think, greatest Beatles song that ever was. Live and Let Die. But I'm super biased to Live and Let Die because I got to play it with a Beatles cover band. And it was amazing. I was playing French horn and I got to do the "So live and let die," bah, like that big, like, bah. I got to play like the pedal D. Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. Okay, that's a good one. But the house has been insane. I don't plan on slacking off at all, but I am exhausted. But it's easy to think like we didn't get that much done because we only got 2 rooms done, but we got 2 rooms like completed, right? Like the living room, done. The bathroom, done for the most part. There's still like 2 or 3 things that we need to do, like caulking the tub and finishing the shower trim and like hanging the curtain rod, but like that'll take like tomorrow afternoon. It won't be that long. But I can't help but think like I'm on the brink of actually being able to live in my first house. And as a 35-year-old who never thought that I would be able to like buy a house, well, a 34-year-old, I'm not 35 yet, I'm not gonna age myself. As a 34-year-old who never thought I would ever be able to buy a house because like I'm a teacher, like I can't afford life, right? I'm a teacher who's married to a trombone player. Life isn't a thing that we can afford, but somehow, by the grace of God and everything in existence, it's happened, right? And we've actually had the funds to like redo this house, not only purchase the house, but redo this house to where it's not only livable, but I'm making it into my own little dream home, right? Like, is this my actual dream home? No, I would love to have an actual carpenter style home. Can I make this ranch style look as carpenter as possible? Yes, because I know things about architecture. And because I have a vision and it will happen, even if I have to absolutely tear this house down. I rebuilt 2 entire rooms. Exactly. Like, and it's pretty much just me and my dad. Like, we did have somebody come over and help with the AC to get that figured out. We originally bought we is strong. I bought the wrong thermostat because I didn't know. But I have gas heat, and so you do have to have a specific thermostat for that. In case you ever wondered. If you have gas heat, you have to have a 2H1C, 2 heat, 1 cool, so that it does run the electric and the gas. That's the 2 heat together. So there's that. And your dad has made it very possible too. Exactly. Like my dad has built 2 houses. There's very little that my dad doesn't know how to do and doesn't already have the tool for. So being able to like have my dad and like utilize his abilities and his talents on this has been beyond anything I could have asked for. Like, he has been such a huge help, and I am still trying to figure out how to like properly thank him other than like, I don't know, cleaning his house for him so that he doesn't have to. That's generally what I do. I just keep the house clean so that he doesn't have to, so that he can come home and just relax and be good. And I try to like cook dinner as much as possible, like as much as I can. I never want gas in my house. It scares me. It used to scare me as well, but I'm much more comfortable with it now. My only big fear with having a house Yes, I'm dead. Welcome in. Hello, friend. How are you doing? It's been a while. Hi. How are you doing? Hello. We're talking about my house. It's been a crazy ride. But yeah, so tomorrow, you're good, you're tired, how are you? How's the house? The house is good. We have completed the living room and we have completed the bathroom. So I have a fully functional bathroom, which I did not have when I bought the house, period. Like, the shower worked in the bathroom that we redid. The shower worked, the sink worked, and the toilet worked. However, there was no hot water in the sink, which sucked for the middle of, December when I bought the house. The hot water never worked in that bathroom. It does now. So we do have a shower, fully functional toilet, fully functional sink. It's very nice. I do still have to, and as you can tell, you can't see into the closet because that closet looks horrible. Like in any of the photos that are in the Discord, you can't see inside the closet. I want to get wallpaper, like just the peel and stick wallpaper to put in there so that I don't have to paint it because I don't feel like it. I don't feel like painting it. And then we're gonna rehang the shelves, but I have to take all of that out and take out like the mechanisms that the shelves hang on. I am gonna utilize the wood shelves, but I am not going to keep the things that they're hanging on. I'm just going to like old school do it and like just bolt it in. Hopefully. I might have to keep the things. I don't know. Finding 2x4s, like finding studs in this house is really hard because they're not evenly spaced like they would be now. They're just wherever they want to be. It's been horrible, like trying to hang things and trying to hang like photos and pictures and stuff later on. I don't want to think about it. It's going to be awful. It's going to be awful. But there's no, I don't even think a stud finder would be able to find anything in this house. Like it's not It's not been a fun, yeah, it is yikes. It is yikes. It's not been a fun process for that. I think the kitchen will be a lot easier to hang drywall in than the living room, but there were so many times where it was just like, all right, we're going down in a straight line, right? Like we would draw a line with a square and follow the line, putting screws into the wall to hang the drywall. We would follow the line, and eventually the stud would start doing this and like curve, and it would just be like, how? But it would, and like you wouldn't be able to, yeah, it bowed, and it was so bad. It was so bad, but it's not that bad in the kitchen, luckily. And there's a lot more studs in the kitchen, so. But as of right now, that's where we are. Tomorrow, our plan is to get the bathroom completely done, get the tub caulked, get the trim up, and get the curtain rod up. And then I don't know if we plan on doing anything else. I may go to Lowe's tomorrow. I may have to take the truck to Lowe's to see if I can get some more 1x4s. We've used a lot of 1x4s for like all of the trim and stuff, and we've been using the scraps like where we can, but it's been hard and expensive. I think that's what I've probably spent the most money on is 1x4s and 1x6s for trim. But it's so pretty, so I don't care. It's pretty, so I don't care. But I'll go and like spend $200 on lumber and then just like run out that day, and I'm like, it's so much. We have been ripping down 1x10s to use as the 1x4s, which is a really nifty little trick, not gonna lie, because you get 3 boards out of 1, and I need to go and look at Lowe's to see if it is actually cheaper to buy 1x4 or I'm sorry, 1x10 as opposed to 3 1x4s, because you can get 3 1x4s out of a 1x10. Math. And so I need to see if it is actually easier to do or not, or if it's cheaper to do, because if that's the case, we're ripping down boards from 1x10s because we get 3 for the price of 1. So if it is cheaper, that's probably what I'll do, because we have the means and everything else. So, you know, that's fine. But that being said, I have to go clean because I told my dad I would. He is actually over at my house mowing right now, mowing my lawn so that I have a nice mowed lawn, which I am very grateful for. I will not complain. But I don't know. Excuse me. I don't think I'm gonna raid out today, if that's okay with you guys. I'm gonna be a bad streamer. I'm not gonna raid out. Mostly just so that I can go get things done and get them done quickly. But thanks for hanging out and letting me just give a little update instead of playing games today, because I kind of needed it. I just needed to talk things out for my house. Because it's been such a treacherous process. Like, this house is going to be the death of me. But I think we should have the rest of the office, bathroom, and guest bedroom finished by the end of the week, at least. We do still have to do the electrical in the hallway, which should not be bad at all. It's literally only one light. There's no plugs or anything in the hallway, so it's literally just a light that we have to do. But the lights have been horrible to do because, as I said earlier, the attic is really sturdy, but there's like 2 things of plywood and like more boards on top of that, and it's awful. So, you know, that's fine. But thanks for hanging out. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out, Thrall. Thank you guys so much for coming and just... Thank you for being here today. I never did it because I didn't actually take an ad break. But I did add a thing to the stream, and you'll just have to wait and see later what it will be, but I'll post everything on my schedule. Yeah, I'll post all of my streams. I'll post them in the Discord for this week. I don't know what this week will look like. I might be able to stream more than once. I might not. It just depends on how much we get done. But I will see you all next Sunday for sure. Always Sunday mornings. But I will see you guys later. I hope you have wonderful rests of your weekends. I hope you have good weeks. And be good beans. Be good beans. Okay. I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for hanging out today.